Shut up and sit down.
Essay on United Nations Organization. United Nations Organization essay for students and children in English. In addition to maintaining peace and security, the United Nations ambit includes other important objectives like developing friendly relations among countries based on respect for the principles of equal rights and self-determination of people, achieving worldwide cooperation to solve international economic, social, cultural, and humanitarian problems, respecting and promoting human rights, and serving as a center where countries can coordinate their actions and activities toward these various ends. The general purpose of the United Nations was inhomogeneity with that of the League of Nations. Its structure and functions too are incongruities with its predecessor. The same goes with its principal organs and related agencies. In some respects, however, the UN constituted a very different organization, especially about its objective of maintaining international peace and security and its commitment to economic and social development. The UN's mission to preserve world peace was convoluted in its early decades by the presence of the Cold War between the US and Soviet Union and their respective allies. The organization participated in major actions in Korea and Congo, as well as approved the creation of the State of Israel in 1947. The organization's membership grew significantly following widespread decolonization in the 1960s. And by the 1970s, its budget for economic and social development programs far outstripped its expenditure on peacekeeping. After the end of the Cold War, the UN took on major military and peacekeeping missions across the world with varying degrees of success. Post-Cold War, there was a radical expansion in the UN's peacekeeping operation execution. Also, the body witnessed immense growth and garnered more members than it had earlier. Today, the United Nations is a name familiar to all. To handle the complex task of getting its member states to cooperate most efficiently, it is divided into 5 branches. The first is the UN General Assembly. This is the main decision-making and representative assembly in the UN and is responsible for upholding the principles of the UN through its policies and recommendations. It is composed of all member states, is headed by a president elected from the member states and meets from September to December each year. The UN Security Council is another branch in the organization of the UN and is the most powerful of all the branches. It has the power to authorize the deployment of the member states' militaries, can mandate a ceasefire during conflicts, and can enforce penalties on countries if they do not comply with the given mandates. It is composed of 5 permanent members and 10 rotating members. The next branch of the UN is the International Court of Justice, located in The Hague, Netherlands. This branch is responsible for the judicial matters of the UN. The Economic and Social Council is a branch that assists the General Assembly in promoting economic and social development as well as the cooperation of member states. Finally, the Secretariat is the branch of the UN headed by the Secretary General Its main responsibility is providing studies, information, and other data when needed by other UN branches for their meetings. Today, 193 nations are members of the United Nations. Though the UN does not maintain its military, it does have peacekeeping forces that are supplied by its member states. On approval of the UN Security Council, these peacekeepers are often sent to regions where armed conflict has recently ended to discourage combatants from resuming fighting. In 1988, the peacekeeping force won a Nobel Peace Prize for its actions. In addition to maintaining peace, the UN also safeguards the human rights of people and extends humanitarian assistance and cooperation whenever needed. The UN currently provides technical assistance in elections, helps to improve judicial structures, and draft constitutions, trains human rights officials, and provides food, drinking water, shelter, and other humanitarian services to people displaced by famine, war, and natural disaster. Finally, the UN aids significantly in social and economic development through its UN Development Programme. This is the largest source of technical grant assistance in the world. In addition, the World Health Organization, UNAIDS, the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis and Malaria, the UN Population Fund, and the World Bank Group to name a few, play an essential role in this aspect of UN as well. The UN also annually publishes the Human Development Index to rank countries in terms of poverty, literacy, education, and life expectancy. For the future, the UN has established a set of goals that it calls its Millennium Development Goals. Most of its member states and various international organizations have all agreed to achieve these goals related to reducing poverty, child mortality, fighting diseases and epidemics, and developing a global partnership in terms of international development by 2015. Some member states have achieved a number of the agreement's goals while others have reached none. However, the UN has been successful over the years and only the future can tell how the true realization of these goals will play out.